going to show you some of the basics of Corel Painter Essentials 4. Now this is the program that comes with your Bamboo Wacom tablet. And so this is the one that I had, and I've been using this for a while now. But I recently got Corel Painter 12, and so I'm messing around with that one. And so maybe one of these days I'll do a video about that one to show you how that one is. So I'm starting with my canvas, and I usually like to use this thing called the Scratchboard tool. It's a brush that gets a nice solid thick line that's one solid color and it doesn't get in brush strokes. So that is your Scratchboard tool. This you can also use to blend with other colors, and you can color on top of it. So you can have two separate completely different colors. And then if you go over, if you find a blender tool, I like Just Add Water. You can use that to blend your two colors together and make a separate new color in the middle, and it's all pretty. And that's awesome for drawing. So, erasing this. Let's just go through what you actually have in your tools. So, on this far left end, you have your thick paints, as you can see by the little icon. You've got your bristles, your brushes, your different types of acrylics and everything, and your different oils. You can click on one of these and see how they paint yourself. I'm just going to give a quick run through of some of the ones that I use. Sometimes they're a little slow the bigger you get. This one is the opaque acrylic, and this one you can brush on top of each other too. You can also use round real bristle. This one goes really slow if you get really big, and it kind of like fluctuates and has its own definite shape. Let's just put it that way. If you paint on top of it, it kind of blends just a tad, but I think that's from the stippling that comes with being that brush. They also have your thin paints, which are like your paints that aren't like as thin, and they're less of everything, so they'll streak more. So you can use like your wet acrylic, which is a common one. This is just a wet acrylic-y color, and it kind of blends depending on where you are. Alright. Erasing again. Let's get a nice new color. And we're going to go with purple. So now we can look at some of our watercolors. They have like Broad Water, which is just a plain watercolor like that. Kind of looks like a Monet color right now. You know, this one does, doesn't it? Totally does. Okay. And then that's just your flat water. There's a wash color too. It does this. Kind of washes your canvas. Your basic round watercolor. That one is just like, well, that's what it's called, basically round. It just kind of has that round shape to it, and it's basically like the other watercolors, but this one just shows a bit more of what's underneath it. That one I like a lot. That's a good one for doing photo painting. And then there's Coarse Spray, which is like a spray. It's like graffiti. If you think of it that way, you can write like Jessica, as in me, but you can't really tell because it's graffiti-fied. Okay. So, next is the pencils. There's the 2B pencil, which is your normal drawing kind of pencil that you could use to do anything. Hello. And then I like to use my Scratchboard tool because that's my favorite. I think it gets a better line and everything. And there's also your Smooth As Calligraphy, which is really, really, really fun if you want to mess around with doing like your signature and stuff. Looks better if you do it bigger. Yep. You can change the size, you can do whatever you want. Exactly. So, that whole thing just comes in handy if you want to do calligraphy. And you can write really prettily on there. So then they also have your charcoals, which are your chalks and other types of dry media. And those are the ones that come out grainy, and you know, if you were trying to draw on the sidewalk, that's what you would use. different things like that. If you're into pastel coloring, they have different types of pastels that you can try to work with. They also have your blenders, which are awesome for blending different colors. And you can go into your scratchboard tool that I like so much, and you can go through here, and then you can blend it with different types of blending. Oh hey, it's the colors. Yeah. Alright, so smear, what this one does, it kind of just gets that jagged look like that. That's good if you want to do a shine on hair or something like that. You can put that in with a light color, and it'll get the shine. The problem with smear, it makes a white line when you smear it. It sucks. I was looking for one. What about grainy blender? Yeah, it does the same without the white line. It works the same. So then, Just Add Water is the one I like. That smooths everything out. Makes it all nice and smooth. It just streaks out the color. And those are the main ones from there. They have impressionist ones where you can draw like an impressionist. And it just gets colors and dots for Seurat, etc. And like Van Gogh, like just a plain impressionist is like the lines. Otto Van Gogh, and patterns, and horse images. I haven't tried that one yet. Looks a little random. Yeah, I don't really know. I haven't really gone through all of these. I know a lot of them. Some of them, I just don't even know if I want to try them because they sound so ridiculous. And then they have your different types of cloners. These are good if you're doing photo painting. And soft edge cloner, it gets you a nice little soft edge of whatever you're trying to draw on. And right now it auto does a background, but this is just showing you what the different types of cloning look like. That's the hard edge cloner, so it hardly it like really bright and everything. The soft one, soft, is that nice feel. And the harder you press, the darker it will clone, but the usual pressure is about this, and that gives you a nice light cloning area. And then there's also like oil bristle cloner, which will clone it like a bristle brush would, so you can clone using the different, it's in color. Never mind. Then there's Camel one, impressionist cloner, watercolors, coarse sprays, pencils, and basically it's just like a cloning version of most of these. So, yeah, those are those ones. And now if you want to do art with these, you'd have to do a lot of different things. But those are some of your basic backgrounds on the different features of this, or the different media. And then you can also use, you've got your main color palette where you can click on all the different colors, as I was doing during this video. They have your mixer where you can add colors and mix them straight onto your palette, which is really nice. This is like a palette for actual artists, and their coloring is amazing on here, where you can get what colors you want through this, and then you click the eyedropper to pick whichever color you want, and then it paints it, which is really nifty. And they also have a color wheel, you know, the usual, spin this around, you get your different colors. And then they have your layers, which is helpful. You can add more layers to your different colors, because in a painting, and if you paint on a layer, then what's nice about layering is if you paint over something, see, the blue is gone. Now I would go to my eraser, and I would erase it, and the blue's still there, because you're on a different layer. And it doesn't affect any other layer but the layer that you're on. And so you can do like multiple layering. If you have like purple here, and then you go on layer 2, and you put green here, and you go back to your canvas, and you decide to erase the blue, it erased the blue out from underneath those two also. And if I want to erase the purple, and then erase the green, I missed a spot of purple. That's why you don't erase from underneath stuff, but basically that's how you do it. With photo painting, you can select an image. Say I was using library pictures. No, click pictures. Here. I go to my anime thing because I've got so many different anime stuff on here. And I'm going to go back to these roses. You can use this as an image. And it's probably going to be really small. Yep, I can set it as tracing paper. And then the brush I'm using will like draw it, which is cool. I always thought that was really interesting. And what's nice about some features of this is, okay, I don't know what just happened there. So, erasing that. You can actually auto paint an image. So you click on a type of brush. Say I wanted to use that watercolor one, basic round. I could say basic round. I would click on that. The paper's basic, edges jagged, yes. And I'm going to zoom in on my image just so you can tell what it is. And I want to say random strokes so I can see it well. Tracing paper at 80%. Then I hit start, and you can see it just goes in and colors your image with the thing. And I can actually turn tracing paper off so you can see just what the strokes are doing. So it's painting the image out from underneath it using random strokes, and it can auto do these, which is amazing, and it changes its own brush size and stuff sometimes. It kind of depends. Corel Painter 4 is a little splashy. That's why they have like 5 more of these to make it a little bit better and easier to use. So they've got different interfaces. Like in Corel Painter 12, they got really, really nice. Although it's a steep learning curve, they have fabulous different types of brushes, formats. They have even mirror painting and kaleidoscope painting. And then they have all new different setups, and it's much faster too. So all the programming runs a lot smoother than all the other programs, and especially faster than this one, because this is only number 4. So, yeah. I think they come out with a new one almost every year, and they're all really good. Like, each one brings a different thing to the table. And personally, I love the Corel Painter things, because they're really awesome. Although I still have to learn a lot of the quirks, because there's so many different things you can do with these, which makes life really, really cool, because you can do so much. And so, yeah. And then it just kind of auto does your image, although it takes a little while. Yeah, right now it's just kind of going at it. If you sit here for long enough, it can get it pretty good, which is amazing, but that's computers for you. So right now it's already started to come into focus with its color. And you can see it's going at that flowers pretty hard. So this is like the auto painting of these flowers. I'm going to stop it here. You can just say stop. And then that's my picture. Yay, pretty. I had the computer do it for me. And so this was Corel Painter Essentials in a nutshell. Yay! Now I'm going to write it on here just because it's fun. Okay. Thanks for watching.